Alright, this is my Hobie Pro Angler 12. It's the 2013 model. I've done some modifications already to it. Taken it out a few times. Thing rides like a champ. First thing I did is I ended up putting in these Scotty rod holders. Very simple to put in. Used flush mounts with the extender. They're the bait casting type, so they have the lock-ins. You're able to lock them in. I use all stainless steel hardware, heavy duty rivets, just in case I want to move them. Quick access, but they're secured tight. Next thing I did is I put the Scotty GoPro mount. Put it up forward, complements the Scotty. See, it snaps in right here. I can use a regular camera if I need to. Next thing I did is I put in the Lowrance, the X4 Pro. It's a pretty inexpensive model, but this is Lowrance ready. It's very simple to put in. As you can see, it gets mounted down here. These are easy to unscrew in the back. Then you put the different fittings, since it comes with all these different fittings for your Lowrance fish finders. Be able to put it in. Ran the wires underneath. Transducer comes up through the scupper down here, and the wires tucked back in through this other fitting right here. So the wires run inside real nice and tight. Keep it nice and clean. Comes with the two Plano holders. I already had a couple of these, so they're already rigged up for me. Didn't really have to worry about sorting tackle. I keep my battery inside a dry bag. It's a gel type battery, so I don't have to worry about anything spilling. Big key for going out there with your Hobie. Sometimes you may get a little bit of splashes, condensation, things like that. When you're drying out your Hobie, make sure you leave your hatches open. Same thing with the heat. You don't want it to expand and cause any of the plastic to warp, which would be really hard to do, but for what we pay for these, you really don't want to mess them up. The next thing is this Hobie Live Well. Thing's great. Battery runs forever. It runs on a 6-volt battery. Battery's right in here. Have everything rigged up, so I'm taking this bad boy out a couple hours. But battery runs for a long time. You can hear it. Very quiet. Okay, when you buy these, it comes with two tubes. Alright, two plastic tubes. You have a shorter version, you have a longer version. You want to attach the long version because for the Pro Angler, it's a little bit deeper. Big key to these, as soon as you have it in there, you got this thing locked and running, you want to pedal fast so that the water can get picked up through the intake tube and it can start circulating. Alright, the drainage, I never had any problems with it splashing over. Thing works outstanding. Alright, so it comes with a Scotty paddle clip. I like this Velcro that it comes with. It keeps it nice and tight. I put it on this side. I keep it pretty far back. I really don't have to worry about using this unless I'm going to be turning around. But in the harbors that I fish, it's pretty easy. Next, right here, I got the panfish pole from Hobie. It fits snug inside the rod holder. I don't use the ones back aft. It's just my style. I don't like reaching behind me to get my rods. I like seeing what's in front of me. But it has the camera mount, and I have the camera mount for the GoPro, and both of them run off the Wi-Fi, the wireless remote, which is pretty much a must. So you don't have to worry about carrying this thing on your forehead. But works outstanding. Get good shot, good footage. Keeps it down range. Just for alright. So on the back here, you have 3 rod holders. As you can see, it has these loops on the bottom. Alright guys, if you're going to spend the money for the gear, you need to tie your stuff down. Yeah, it's going to be hard to reach, but what I have is I have these long leashes that they're long enough that they stretch out to in front of me, and then what I do is I unclip one and I'll put it in my lap and then clip on my other rod leash, which is right here. I put it on that side and keeps my gear tight. For God forbid you take a roll, you got to go into the drink. Another thing I got done, I put an anchor trolley in. I like to use a drift chute when fishing. Drift chute works pretty good. Big thing about these, you gotta be careful with the components. All right, they use the stainless steel screws, and they're pre-mounted inside. Big problem though, they're not all aligned perfect. So you're gonna have to either modify the trolley system, or you're gonna have to go and exchange the hardware, because I had that problem. Called Hobie. They sent me some new screws, but they're too long, so I had to use a Dremel. and I use Loctite to keep them in there. I don't want them coming loose on me. They already come with the pre-drilled holes. I didn't have to worry about making any holes inside my kayak, and comes across, so works out good. I got the one for the regular Hobies. They make one for the 12, but I'm not a big fan of the rings sliding back and forth. I like the way that they have this system. Alright, last but not least, my cart. With this one, I decided to stick with the Hobie one. It's designed for it. It works great. Stainless steel components. You ain't have to worry about this thing rusting. If it breaks, it's under manufacturer's warranty. Return it. Big thing I opted for were these heavy duty tires. They're the foam filled tires, so you're not gonna have to worry about this thing going flat on you. A lot of times, you got the inflatable tires. They look great, but they're not the best valve stems and the best tires in the world. So you don't want to have a flat tire, especially with this bad boy. You don't want to be dragging it around. But that's pretty much it. That's my 2013 Pro Angler. I was hoping I was able to give anybody any pointers, any tips. If you have any pointers, any tips for me, feel free to leave them comments on YouTube. Appreciate it.